In the previous session, what we have seen is how to build the lab setup. How do you download the OAuth file? How that could be deployed on a VMware infrastructure? How do you provide connectivity to the servers, the external PCs, and the management PC? And we've also seen how to generate a demo license and activate the product. As a next step, let's try to see the basic configuration elements of your FILTM. The agenda of this session would be what? Understanding and configuring the node, pool, pool member, virtual server, and finally we are also going to be seeing the packet flow the packet flow on your LTM. The moment a packet has been received on an external interface, how that packet is going to be sent to the server and how the response is going to be received and processed. That is what we are going to be seeing at the end of this session. So let's try to understand what is a node. Node is nothing but an identification of the server. Now, every server is going to be configured with an IP address. Identifying that server with the help of IP address within the LTM is going to be helping you in your later configuration. So the node is nothing but identification of the server, and this server is going to be referred inside the pool later on. So manual or automatic creation would also be possible when it comes to the node configuration. When I say that manual configuration, first you can configure the node and then that can be referred inside a pool. As part of the pool configuration, when you refer a node dynamically, in turn a node is going to be created automatically. So within a pool, when you refer a node, that will be creating a node. Whereas if you want, you can create a node manually and then it can be referred inside the pool. That is what I mean to say that. So a single node can be hosted with multiple application. When it comes to the pool configuration, you will know the differences, how a pool is going to be identifying the services. It can be physical or virtual. The node can be a physical node or a virtual node or a combination of anything, because we are going to be using the group of servers for distributing the load. Each and every server in terms of LTM is being identified as a node, and those nodes can be a physical dedicated server or that could also be a virtual server. When it comes to the group of servers, you can also have the combination of the same. So the node is going to be like what? It is going to be part of a same VLAN. As your LTM is connected to the interface, the servers could also be part of the same VLAN, so that you no need to be worried about the routing part of it. The nodes could also be part of the different VLAN. For example, if you see that I have 3 servers connected to the same switch, LTM's internal interface is also connected to the same switch. My internal interface and my internal servers, all of them are on the same IP segment. They are part of the same VLAN. No routing is required in this case. Here in this example, one more part here, I have couple of servers over there. One is the virtual server, the other one is the physical server. They are in a different IP segment. They are also connected through a router. So in my LTM should have a route to reach the 10.3.0.0 network. By adding a static route, you will be able to achieve it. Once you have added the route and the server can also reach back the LTM, those servers could be accessible, or those servers could be identified within the LTM in terms of what? A node. So if your servers and your LTM all are part of the same VLAN, you no need to worry about routing. If your servers are in a different VLAN, then you need to add a static route, or you have to add a route so that the servers could be reachable. So that's what we are trying to say. Now the next part is what? Let's see how these nodes are going to be configured inside your LTM. So our instructions are what? We need to configure 4 different servers. The name is given as what? JTS SVR1 10.2.0.1, JTS SVR2 10.2.0.2. These are all the nodes that we are going to be configuring inside your LTM. Let's try to configure the same. I'm getting into the management station, right? Get into the local traffic section where you can see the nodes area. When I get into the nodes area, I can see that how many nodes have been already created. Since this is the new configuration, no nodes has been configured yet. Now if I want to configure a node, then I can go here and then create a new node here. So what is the name we are expecting? We can say that JTS SVR1. That is the name I would like to assign, and the node can be identified by its IP address, or it could also be identified by its fully qualified domain name. Assuming that you are using the fully qualified domain name, make sure that you have the proper configuration on the DNS server mappings, as well as the DNS server needs to be referred into your LTM. During your initial activation, the wizard process, it would be asking us to configure the DNS server. The DNS server should have the proper mappings for the fully qualified domain name. In my infrastructure, I don't have the DNS server, so I'm referring the node by its IP addresses. The first server's node IP address is what? 10.2.0.1. Forget about this health monitor ratio connection limits and all, because we will be discussing this little bit later. Now, as part of this configuration, we are doing the nodes. We are configuring the nodes. I have the choice of saying finished or repeat. If I say finished, this node is going to be added. I will be exiting from this exiting from this configuration, right? But I have to configure a couple of servers more. So I'm creating one more node. This node is going to be configured as JTS SVR2. Let's wait for a while. So I'm going to be adding the second server in the name of what? JTS SVR2 with IP address of 10.2.0.2. Instead of saying finished, now I'm going for repeat. When I say repeat, the menu is not going to be closed. So it creates this object and allows me to create one more object instead of clicking on create button once again. So it is going to be saving this node, and also it will allow me to create a new node when I use this repeat button. So JTS server 3 10.2.0.3, and then once again repeat. So one more server needs to be added, JTS server 4. The IP address is 10.2.0.4. So I'm done with adding the nodes. So I have added 4 nodes as per my lab setup requirement. So I have all 4 servers up and running. We have verified those servers from the reachability. The servers are able to reach the LTM, LTM also able to reach the server. That's what the connectivity check we have done during our initial session. So the next step is what? How we are going to be referring this node inside your pool. சரியா, இது ஒரு வீடியோவா எடுத்து வச்சிடுறேன், so that it would be better. டைம் எடுக்குது ரொம்ப. ஓகே ஃபைன், நான் அதை ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணணும்ல. சொல்றேன், நேரம் மறந்துட்டேன். ஹலோ மைக், அந்த லேப்டாப் கேட்டிங்களா? இங்கே தான் சொல்லல E450 மொய்தீன், அவ்வளோதான். நல்லா E450 அவ்வளோதான். ஆ ஆமாம். கேட்ஸ். சரி சரி சரி, ஓகே ஓகே, பார்த்துட்டு சொல்லுங்கள் மேடம். சரிங்க மேடம். மறந்துட்டாரான், கடைக்கு போயிட்டு கூப்பிட்டு சொல்லிடுறேன். ஏய், பாஸில் இருக்கு இன்னும்.